Nancy Stokes welcomes a young worker named Leo Grand. Nancy was dismayed, having ordered a guy for physical needs through online, in a rare moment of self-indulgence, and in a largely depressed life. Nancy explained to him that her husband, who died 2 years ago, was the only partner she had ever had, and their life was very unfulfilling. Her husband never allowed her to have intercourse with him, claiming it was demeaning to her. Nancy has never experienced any satisfaction in her life, just pretending for her husband, as long as their passionless life never deviates. Nancy is also embarrassed by her physical appearance and age, which Leo doesn't doubt and encourages her to hug him. Nancy talks to Leo so that he feels comfortable enough for their relationship physically. He shared details about his grown children, whom he disappointed, and his previous job as a religious education teacher. Leo countered with several details about his life, including that his mother believed he was an oil rig worker. Despite hiding his true job from his family, Leo expresses no shame or remorse about his job, regards it as a necessary service, and eases Nancy's embarrassment for hiring him. Nancy recounts the most sensual experiences she had as a teenager on a family vacation in Greece. A hotel worker is attracted to her, and when they are alone in the hotel garden, she begins to hug him before being interrupted and running away. Seeing Nancy so relaxed with her own story, Leo hugged her. A week later, Nancy met Leo in the same room for a second session, satisfied, though not quite happy. Nancy gave Leo her list of sexual activities she wanted to experience for the first time, starting with other styles. However, Nancy was worried about Leo again. Her nerves are made worse by a phone call from her daughter, who has been too dependent on Nancy since her father's death. Leo soothed Nancy through dance and massage. When Leo advises her not to obsess over completing an entire to-do list in one night, Nancy talks about sacrificing her youth and potential adventures for her family. Leo reveals he has a younger brother in the military, from whom he is estranged. Leo suggested Nancy to book more sessions, to lessen the pressure she was putting on herself to perform. This offended Nancy, who accused him of trying to make more money out of her. He asks Leo why he does this job, and he explains that he derives genuine pleasure from seeing his clients happy, whoever they are and whatever their preferences are. Nancy saw Leo getting to enjoy his story as he described his work, which in turn raised his spirits, and she ended up hugging him. Nancy booked Leo for a third session in the same room. This time he did to her, the second item on his list, which he enjoyed, but still didn't bring him to the pinnacle of pleasure. Nancy tries to pry into Leo for more details about his life, which he deflects, saying that he is there to provide fantasy and nothing more. Nancy admits to cyberstalking Leo and reveals his real name, Connor. Nancy asked if they could be friends outside of this session, encouraged Leo to tell his family about his work, and even offered to speak to his mother on his behalf. Upset at Nancy's invasion of his privacy, Leo dresses and tells Nancy never to order him again, threatening to expose him as a client if he tries to contact his family, or reveal his personal details to anyone else. Shortly after storming out, Leo returned to retrieve the cell phone he had left in the room. Before finding his phone and leaving, Leo admits his mother disowned him when he was 15, out of disgust with who he is, and tells people he's dead. Later Nancy booked Leo for a fourth session, but arranged to meet him at the hotel cafe so she could apologize to him and say goodbye. She takes responsibility for her behavior, and admits her real name is Susan Robinson. She thanks Leo for making her feel confident, and she has recommended Leo to several women in her circle, who she believes need his services as much as she does. In turn, Leo revealed the reason his mother disowned him was because she caught him and some of his friends having group relationships when he was a teenager. His mother still wouldn't acknowledge his existence, even walking past him when they had just met in public. However, Leo revealed his work to his brother, and they started talking again. A waitress named Becky turns out to be one of Nancy's former students, and interrupts them to tell a story about Nancy punishing her and her friends for wearing short skirts to school, calling them sluts. Nancy apologizes for her past judgmental behavior, and acknowledges her relationship with Leo, recommending his services to Becky as well. Nancy invites Leo for a final session in their hotel room upstairs, where they passionately engage in all the remaining acts on Nancy's roster. Even though she's been through all that, Nancy still hasn't arrived at the pleasure. Meanwhile, Leo looks for the toys he brought to help. Nancy watched him walk, giving himself his first pleasure. When Leo leaves the next morning, Nancy thanks him and tells him that this will be their last session, because she doesn't need him anymore. The film ends. Alone in a hotel room, Nancy marvels at her own body. If you like the story, then do watch the full film. Don't forget to leave a comment down below. Kindly like the video, and subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell, so you don't miss any of my new videos. See you on